Alright, number 16, it says y-intercept of 6 and it's parallel to that line. What does parallel mean once again?
Same slope.
Okay, right now at this very moment, can you tell me the slope of that line by just looking at it?
No.
No, so what we're going to do is get y by itself. What's the slope of that line? Negative 2/3, so that's what I'm going to use for my slope.
Is it the formula to get the slope for instead of from the opposite A or the B? Like, if it's this
Yeah, but I never thought of it like that, but yeah, it could be like that, yes. Alright. Now, I got my slope. Now, once I did that, I'm done with that, and I have my y-intercept, so I can write my equation, negative 2/3 x plus 6. Alright, number 17, it says parallel to the line x equals 5. Is x equals 5 a vertical or horizontal line? Vertical. So, you're going to go over here, and I'm going to put x equals or y equals. So, x equals what? Very good. Number 18, it says, ooh, this is a good one. Through point 26, and it's perpendicular to line y equals 1. Y equals 1 would be like this, wouldn't it? So perpendicular would be a line like this, wouldn't it? So will it be x equals or y equals? There you go. That's your answer. Okay. All right. Number 9. Okay, I know my y-intercept 6, so I got to find my slope. So how could I write 2 points? What would be the order pair for this one? 0, and this would be what? 6. Okay, so I got 6 minus 0, 0 minus negative 8. 6 over 8 would equal 3/4, so y equals 3/4 x plus 6. Any questions on that one? Okay, let's go over our homework. 9, I got y equals 3/4 x plus 6. Okay, I'm not working every one of these. I'm going to call the answers out, but I will work. I didn't work the homework out because I didn't want you to get too comfortable expecting it every day. Because that doesn't occur every day. When you do get your textbooks, guys, in the back of the book is your odd numbers. I would suggest you use that resource. I will assign odds so you can check your answers. All your college math books, the answers are back in the book. Take the odd ones. This is teacher, so you're going to see every one of them. All right, so what number did we start off with? 72. Okay. So 72 is 3 plus or minus 2 square root of 2. Okay, what's the next number? Negative 9/2 and 1/2. Next is no solution. The reason it's no solution, when you simplify that radical, you have to bring an I out. And remember, the direction is real, okay? I can still work that one if you need me to. Okay, next. 90 is negative 4. What's the next number? 92 is negative 4, negative 7/3. Next. 96 is negative 1, 2. Are there any more? 98 is 4. Which ones do I need to work? 92. Okay, I'll do that one. Next. Okay. Any more? 96 was negative 1 and 2. Okay, so I'm going to work 90, 92, and 98, okay? All right. Okay, I look at number 90, and before I start finding a common denominator, I'm going to say, okay, can I factor that right there? That's x plus 2 and what? So what would be my common denominator in this case? X plus 2 and x minus 2. So what I would do is multiply everything in that problem by those two. Okay, the x minus 2's cancel out. X plus 5 times x plus 2. X plus 2's cancel out, so I got 5 times what's left. These cancel out, so plus 28. I'm going to FOIL that. That's going to be x squared plus 7x plus 10. Okay, so it's going to be x squared plus 7x plus 10 equals 5x plus 18. I'm going to bring this over. It's going to be x squared plus 2x minus 8. Factor that. Instead of multiply to give you negative 8, add to give you 2. That's positive 4 and negative 2. So x equals negative 4, x equals 2. Because I went from a rational to quadratic, I'm going to look up here. Do any of these answers make my function undefined? 2. So is that one of your answers? No. So your answer is negative 4. Alright, number 92. X over 2x plus 7 minus x plus 1 over x plus 3 equals 1. What would be my common denominator? Both of those. So I'm going to multiply 2x plus 7, x plus 3. This cancels out. I'm left with x times x plus 3 minus x plus 1 times 2x plus 7 equals 2x plus 7 x plus times x plus 3. That's not a fun one here. So I get x squared plus 3x minus 2x squared plus 9x plus 7 equals 2x squared. I'm doing some of this in my head. 6x, so 13x plus 21. What does that minus do to everything here? Changes sign. That's where students mess up on this. That's a minus. So I'm going to rewrite this as x squared plus 3x minus 2x squared minus 9x minus 7 equals 2x squared plus 13x plus 21. Do y'all agree so far? Let me stop right there, because the ones that got it right, check and make sure I didn't mess up so far. Did I mess up somewhere wrong? Okay, I'm good so far? Alright. Now, combine some like terms. I get negative x squared minus 6x minus 7. I'm going to bring everything to this side because you want your leading coefficient to be positive. I don't like working with something negative in the beginning. So I'm going to make this 0 over here, bring that over. If I bring that over, it gives me a positive 3x squared. That comes over as a positive 19. And that comes over as a positive 28. Alright, I'm going to try to factor that. I got 3x squared plus 19x plus 28. It's got to multiply to give me 84 and add to give me 19. 12 and 7, thank you. So I got 3x squared plus 12x plus 7x plus 28. I'm doing my way. If you do slide and divide, you do it that way. So I get 3x plus 7, x plus 4, and I get x equals negative 7/3, and x equals negative 4. That's a beauty right there now. there any questions on 9092? Jackson, got any questions? Got anything to add to that problem? There, that might be the famous one right here. Might need to use that to study. 98. Don't throw that away. Alright, we're going to isolate the radical. I'm going to move that 1 over. That comes over as x minus 3. Square both sides. 5 minus x equals x squared minus 6x plus 9. Come over here and pull that out. Don't just simply square it. Set this equal to 0. That becomes minus 5x. Becomes minus 4. Can't fast for that, can we, Nick? That's right. I'm supposed to say something. Okay. Yep, because the 5 comes over. That's okay. Gotcha. 0 equals x minus 4, x minus 1. So you get x equals 4, x equals 1. Go back and plug it in. Now, when you solve in quadratics, do you plug it back in? No. Only on radical and rational. 5 minus 4 is 1. Square root of 1 is 1. 1 plus 1 is 2. 4 minus 2 is 2, so I get the same thing. 5 minus 1 is 4. Square root of 4 is 2. 2 plus 1 is 3. 1 minus 2 is not equal to 3, so your answer is 4.
Which problem were you saying that is no solution to this imaginary number?
Yes. Which one? Yes. Did you get it, Nick?
Yep.
Okay. All right. Are there any questions? What now? I'm sorry, I couldn't hear you. But
He also had 17 eyes.
Oh, yes.
All right. All right. Let's look at this right here. Number 7. What's my real part? Imaginary. Negative 7i. 9. What's my real part? Imaginary. Very good. Number 11. Real part. Imaginary. 13. Real part. Imaginary. Okay, we didn't have to do 15, but let's talk about 15. On 15, what would be my real part there? Square root of 3. Okay. My imaginary, what's square root of negative 4? 2i. You had to finish working that out. So square root of negative 4 is 2i, so my imaginary would be 2i. Do we understand that? Okay. Remember, the whole thing's called a complex number. Standard form, real comes first, then your imaginary. Alright, let's turn to our notes from yesterday. We're going to do 10 through 18 and call it a day. Alright, so our learning target today is I can perform operation with complex numbers. So basically we're adding, subtracting, multiplying, dividing with complex numbers. You did this last year a lot in Algebra 2, first semester, chapter 4. Alright, so when you're adding this, you good, Luke? Okay. Does this plus change the second parentheses? No. So you can rewrite it without the parentheses. So 3 and 4 gives you what? 7. 5i and negative 2i gives you what? That's your answer. You're just combining like terms. Number 11. What does this minus do to everything in that parentheses? Changes sign. So I'm going to rewrite it as 8i minus 14 plus 9i. What would you put first? Would you put your real part or imaginary? So I got negative 14. 8 plus 9 is 17. That's your answer. Number 12. What operation are we doing there? Multiplication. Distributive is a strategy. That's not operation, but you're multiplying by terms of distributive. Negative 3i times 7i is negative 21i squared plus 15i, because negative times a negative is a positive. Now let's talk about this right here. Can you ever submit to me an answer that has I squared in it? No. What's I squared equal to? Negative 1. So let's go back in there. Negative 21 times negative 1 is what? That's your answer. Your problem's not done if it has an I squared in it. Okay. Number 13. What does this minus do to everything? So I'm going to rewrite it. Very good. 7 plus 5i plus 9 plus 11i. 7 and 9 gives me 16. 5 and 11 gives me 16i. Yes, hon?
For 12 and 13, could you simplify those down or
No. That's a great question. I always have a student do that. She said, can you do you want me to take a 3 out of that? No, we're not factoring, okay? You're actually performing the operation, okay? So do not simplify. There's only one time you simplify, and I'm going to show you, and that's when you're doing division. And the way I remember it, when you have fractions, don't you want to simplify fractions? Division, that's the only time you do it, okay? But great question. All right. Before we go on, I forgot, we need to review this. We'll do multiplication division in just a second. Let's take a moment to review this from yesterday. I have I to the 42nd. How do I solve these problems? I always start off with what? I squared. How many times 2 go in 42? 21 times, okay? No remainder. What's I squared equal to? Negative 1 raised to 21st power. Is it positive 1 or negative 1? Very good. I to the 97th power. I to the 97th power. Okay, so I'm going to start off with I squared. How many times 2 go in 97? 48. Very good. With a remainder of what? 1. Okay, that's negative 1 raised to the 48th power. Is that positive 1 or negative 1? Positive. So 1 times I is what? I. Y'all remember those? You got 3 of those on your test, so that's why I'm practicing them. Do I need to do any more? I need a hand signal. Are we good? Thank you. All right, back to multiplication. Okay, we're multiplying through what method here? 4. Yep. Negative 5 times 3 is negative 15. Negative 5 times I is negative 5i. 4i times 3, 12i. 4i times I, positive 4i squared. Negative 5 times 3 is negative 15. Negative 5 times I is negative 5i. 4 times 3 is 12. 4 times I, 4i times I is 4i squared. Combine like terms. Can I leave that I squared in there? No, so it's be 4 times a negative 1. Negative 15 and negative 4 gives you negative 19 plus 7i. Now number 15, can you just simply square the 5 and the negative 2i? No. You've got to work that out as 5 minus 2i, 5 minus 2i. Then 4. 5 times 5 is 25, minus 10i, minus 10i, plus 4i squared. Oh, that's negative 19 plus 7i. Let me zoom in a little bit. Sorry about that. Bless you. Alright. Now, negative 10i and negative 10i gives me negative 20i. I squared is negative 1. 25 minus 4 is 21 minus 20i. Does that come back to y'all from last year? Now, these are the harder ones, but this is a review. Can you have, when you're dividing, you multiply by the, starts with C and ends in gate. Conjugate, very good. You're going to multiply by the conjugate. The conjugate is when you change a sign of the imaginary unit. So on this one right here, it's positive 4i. I'm going to multiply top and bottom by what? Negative 4i. On this one, it's 1 minus 2i. I will multiply the numerator and denominator by 1 plus 2i. Here, I multiply the numerator and denominator by 2 plus i. You always change the sign of the imaginary part, okay? So let's do this. So here I'm going to multiply negative 4i, negative 4i. Okay, so I'm going to distribute that times that be negative 28i minus 12i squared. 4i times negative 4i is negative 16i squared. Okay, I'm going to clean that up. I squared is negative 1. Negative 1 times negative 12 is what? Positive 12. Negative 16 times negative 1 is positive 16. Now this is where, if there's a number that can go in all three, you can simplify. What number goes all of those? 4. So you can take a 4 out. So your answer is 3 minus 7i over 4. Only do that in division, not add, subtract, or multiply.
So your goal is to get the I out of the
Denominator, yes. Just like it, you know, when you have to rationalize denominator, get the radical out, the same kind of concept.
So not to do that in a radical?
No, you do, like, you see how I took, like here, like up here, this is subtracting. You're not going to take a 16 out of that. It's only in division when you're getting a fraction, and you're simplifying a fraction. Is that clear, everybody? Okay. Alright, now here I'm going to multiply by 1 plus 2i, 1 plus 2i. Three times 1 is 3. 3 times 2i is 6. I'm having a 4. 5i times 1 is 5i. 5i times 2i is 10i squared. 1 times 1 is 1. 1 times 2i is 2i. Negative times a positive is a negative. Negative times a positive is a negative 4i squared.
When it's a conjugate, can you just multiply the first and the last?
Yes, because in the end, these two cancel out, yes. If these two middle terms do not cancel out, then you did something wrong. Alright, now, 3 plus 11i plus 10i squared. I'm going to make that a negative 1. 1 minus 4 times a negative 1. So that gives me negative 10 and 3 would be negative 7 plus 11i. 1 plus 4 is 5. One more, and then you have 15 minutes to do your homework. What's your conjugate of 2 minus I?
2 plus I.
5i times 2 is 10i plus 5i squared. 2 times 2 is 4 plus 2i minus 2i minus I squared. These cancel out like I want them to. That's going to be 10i plus negative 5, so negative 5 plus 10i, because the I squared is negative 1. 4 minus a negative 1. What can I take out all three of those? A 5. I divide each by 5. My final answer will be negative 1 plus 2i over 1, which I can leave as negative 1 plus 2i. You don't have to put it over 1. We feel good about that? I have never given a class 15 minutes to do homework, so you should get it done. All it is add, subtract, multiply, divide. So you can start on, it's on that page 64 of that worksheet packet, 19 through 35 odd, 38 through 41. Do it on a piece of notebook paper. Unless, if it's like multiplying stuff out, don't bunch stuff up on that worksheet. Tomorrow we're going to do a few checkpoints, review, and that's pretty much everything that's on your test.